Hello, universe. What's up? It's your girl, Brandy619. So, what's for dinner tonight? I'm thinking,
I know what it is.
What is it?
It is a burrito bacon chicken sandwich. Burrito bacon chicken burrito.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No, don't you cry, because you just turned my tour up. Now get up and get on. Hurry up. Hello, universe. It's your girl, Brandy619, and you know I'm about to make this dinner. So, what I'm making tonight is bacon wrapped chicken tenders. Okay, and I think I'm going to go ahead and brush over a little bit of barbecue sauce. Why not, right? I already know. David it is. David's kosher salt in this chicken. Here's my chicken. But like I was saying though, a lot of black people, we love washing our chicken. Now, I know that a lot of chefs advise against doing that because they fear cross-contamination, which, but I don't like that slimy stuff all over my chicken. I don't know what it is, especially another thing, people handling, bless me. Actually, to be honest with you, you should wash everything. I don't care what it is. You definitely should wash everything. Your vegetables, your fruit, whatever it is. Sometimes I will even wash mine with soap. That's how for real I be about it. So, and I don't care what nobody say. But for your chicken, because you never know what people are doing and how they handling food. A lot of times, they have these E. coli outbreaks, and people do handle these foods and these chickens and process them and package them and all those different kinds of things. So you definitely want to make sure that, you take a little bit of a double precaution when it comes to your food. But I'm not here to tell you how to do anything. I'm just sharing what I do and how I do it. Now, another thing I like to do, especially when dealing with meat, honestly, I hate freaking touching meat. I really do. I hate touching meat. So another thing you could do is go ahead and get yourself some some kitchen gloves. I got them at the 99-cent store, and just use those, when you're handling your meat. This is a lot of, it's quite a bit of chicken, guys. It may not translate that way on camera, but it's quite a bit of chicken. So I'm seasoning. I have seasoned it up a little bit nicely to my liking. But how you Mrs. Dash, okay? Gotta have her. So I'm gonna hit her with some of that again, and then I'm going to get out I'm gonna let that chicken sit back here. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do. So here's my bacon. I'm gonna use this Parmesan thick cut bacon right here. I think I have a nice tenderloin right here. Yeah, you're literally gonna need this whole thing. So I'm gonna take this tenderloin, and I'm just gonna wrap it around just like that. And I'm gonna stir inside that pan. Now, probably because this is a little bit of it, well, not a little bit, a lot of it, this is an experiment for me, so to speak. I only thought out one pack of bacon, because I really don't know what I'm doing. But we're gonna figure it out together though, so. So I have kind of fluctuated the temperature a couple of times, but right now it's on 400. They're chicken tenders, so you can get away with putting it on 350 for about, and letting them cook for about 15 minutes, and then bringing them out and then putting your barbecue sauce on. Then put them back in the oven again for a little while, 5 to 10 minutes, just depending on the size of your chicken tenders. You know, thawed out chicken does not take that long in the oven to cook at all. These ones that I did over the stove top taste really bomb too. And they're completely cooked, so I don't even need to put them inside of the oven or anything like that. So at this point, I'm just waiting. I believe that the chicken on the inside is pretty cooked, but I'm definitely waiting for that bacon to get cooked thoroughly. Of course, I have put some hickory smoked barbecue sauce. I mixed that with some honey, some sweet honey barbecue sauce. That honey will actually cause that to caramelize, which is why I always love putting honey inside of my barbecue sauces. But I would just throw whatever I have in there. I thought I had some sriracha sauce, hot sauce, but I don't, so I wasn't able to put that inside of there. However, here is, I fed the boy, so here's my sauteed green beans and asparagus with fresh minced garlic. Okay, threw in a little bit of soy sauce just to add a little bit of flavor, a little bit of kosher salt, a little bit of black pepper, and some Mrs. Dash. That tastes really good too. And so at this point, yeah, I told y'all I was not making any rice or nothing like that. So if they want some rice, or if they want some rice, they're gonna have to make it themselves, because I'm not making no rice. I'm just making straight meat and veggies today. So anywho, when it gets done, I will come back. Of course, I'm going to make a nice little plate and make it look like something, so I can get a thumbnail, and then that's gonna be all she wrote. But y'all should try it. Shoot, sometime when you're cooking, you don't gotta know what you're doing. You just have to have an idea. You know what I'm saying? And once you have an idea, you can think of flavors, especially if you've been cooking for a while and you kind of know what you like, you know what your family likes, you know what you don't like. Then you can kind of throw some stuff together and be like, okay, I think this is gonna taste good. I think this is gonna taste good. So all these different things, I just went inside of my cabinet and just threw it in there, like, and it always tastes so good. The only thing I would tell you is that the only real important thing for you to really know is not to over pepper, and definitely not to over salt. If you over salt, it's better for your food to be under salted than over salted, because once it's got salt in it, all you can do is throw it away. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many times you try to wash it off. I don't care how much honey you try to put in there. Well, honey is mostly for heat, but once it's over salted, it's just too damn salty, and you just gotta throw it in the trash. So always be mindful of that. But anything when it stems to like herbs and spices and things like that, dump them in there. You know what I'm saying? The more the merrier. I would just say be careful if the spice is hot, or if it's one of those spices that's very overpowering. You know what I'm saying? Where a little bit just goes a long way. But yes, you guys should try it out. It's clearly, I don't have a recipe, but it is what it is. I can guarantee you though that they gonna love it. So when they come back, we gonna see what them chicken strips do. And give me a minute and I'm gonna make that plate and I'm gonna show y'all. Alright, here we go. Here we go. This is bacon wrapped chicken on a bed of asparagus and green beans. Let's see. Go ahead. Anybody can have that. Get out my damn shot. Eat it. Somebody eat. Go. Shut up. I've been cooking. What the hell are you talking about? Sure. You see you? What about me? I look amazing. Bay at 1.5. It just came out. No, Chef B. Come on, girl. Come on.
It's hot.
Come.
Well, I was playing.
Get in the
Alright. So she said get in the camera.
I ain't mean all like that.
You can do
I ain't mean
ASMR.
like back. No, we don't want to do no ASMR.
It's so hot, Mom.
Look left.
See, that's why you're supposed to be using a fork. Y'all hear my game because I am trying to I'm gonna do a separate video on a budget friendly Vegas. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all how to use little tips and tricks to get the most out of your stay for the least amount of money. And one of those things is using M Life rewards. But I'll do a video on that a little bit later. But that's what you hear in the background, though. Man, back up. Get your big ass face out of my video. The hell?
Hey, John.
What?
I see you getting that food. I'm gonna talk to you.
That does not sound...
Because I got like this food and you just say thank you. Wait, hold on.
I'm trying to find out what this chicken do. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. Well, normally I get a different response when I cook something.
It's good.
Are you sure? Because
We ain't saying nothing because it's good.
please hate me. I can already tell. I can already tell she don't put on her hater suit.
I hadn't even said nothing.
You guys is making this the most boring video ever.
It's good. It's done. No, I got it. I can make it better. Ready? Jesus Christ. I love
No.
Oh my God.
That's a negative.
No. The chicken is good. It's really like juicy. And like the barbecue sauce like makes it taste like better.
Elevates it, give it another level.
Yeah.
What about that bacon, y'all? It tastes like
It's like bacon. Not really.
it really don't. I mean, you know it's there.
But it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's bacon.
I thought I expected it to be a little bit more crunch.
Yeah, I did too. But like the bacon, when you eat it, it's not like it's bacon. It's bacon. Like it's kind of like chicken skin.
I think I'm hilarious and I make your videos funny.
Oh, is that what you do?
Yep.
I disagree. We should have a vote. Mom, put the poll in the corner.
It's not even true.
Queen is funny.
Every time she edits her videos, you can hear in her room.
You can in the background fussing.
What?
I'd be fussing.
She be dying. I'm hilarious.
Your asparagus tastes good as well.
I was just gonna say you're asparagus. I was like, nah.
What is that? What I said?
No, you burnt. Thank you. You know what's crazy? This
What?
tastes like something though. It tastes like a pork rib.
It don't taste like no pig.
I said a pork rib.
It don't taste like no
Right.
pig.
Pig.
Like, and it got barbecue sauce on it. It literally tastes like a pork rib. And the
Well, yeah.
texture from the chicken makes it taste like the meat of a rib. With that barbecue sauce, it tastes like a little. It literally, to me, I'm like, I know this flavor. It tastes like a damn pork rib.
The chicken is actually really good. I probably
I disagree.
I don't know. This is actually good, but I feel like it doesn't really do anything for it. It probably would like taste the same if you just made regular barbecue chicken.
Nah, if you have some mashed potatoes with this would be hidden.
What is up with you guys and mashed potatoes today? Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Probably
The
with a
pieces
loaded mashed potato
Mm-hmm. Not what
with some sour cream and chives
Oh
and
my
some
God.
bacon and cheese chopped on top.
These ends, where they're like crispy, kind of burnt, is actually really good. It gives it more flavor.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't just stab me in the mouth.
I was like, my fork didn't even go close to your mouth.
I was trying to say, I ain't gonna say the damn thing you said.
I barely understood anything you just said. Guys upstairs.
Eat them green beans. And asparagus.
I will. With the chicken.
She don't try to wait till I go upstairs.
Put it under all the trash.
Then my memo. You have to be good.
Here, give me some water. Let me tell y'all about this one time. Speaking of putting the beans in the trash.
You.
Yeah, I was
Man,
about
I
6. My daddy had made some beans. And back then, we used to eat like pork and beans or some Vandecamps or something like that. There was not no Bush's baked beans. Okay, those are the bomb. But we had like the knockoff beans, some baked beans, I don't know. And they're, so I guess this particular day, I really didn't even like baked beans. But for some reason, this particular day, I asked for a lot of them. And I think because they were sweet, whatever I was eating, I think he had given me some, I don't know, maybe some green beans and some baked beans. No, I really hated those green beans back when I was a kid because he always used to use the French cut out the can. And then he would kill it with seasoning salt and some hot stuff, right? I don't even know. But I hated green beans because of those green beans. They was just too damn salty. So it was like he put too much salt and there was not enough green bean because it was in little skinny slivers, you know. So I asked for a gang of baked beans. And he was like, "You're not going to eat all them." And I was like, "Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Just run them here. Put them on my plate." He like, "I'm telling you, Brenda, you ain't about to eat them." And I'm like, "Yes, I am, Dad. Just put them on my plate, man." So he was like, "All right, man, let me tell you like this, man. If you don't eat them beans," he said, "I'm going to whoop your butt. I'm going to whoop your butt." Now, mind you, my dad has never spanked me. So I'm like, all right. And I really had intentions of eating these beans. But as the time started passing by, and I started getting sleepy, and I started looking at my plate, and it still had a bunch of beans on there. And I was like, he told me if I don't eat these beans, he is going to whoop my rump, right? And I'm like, so, you know how when you were a little kid and you don't want to eat something, you start like scooping it all together like in a little circle, and then you flat it down, pat it down, and then you start cutting into it like it's a pie, and then you try to take your little fork and scoop up that section, but all the stuff fall back in. Like, you trying to do whatever to like make yourself want to eat what you really don't want no more of, right? So I'm like, man, I just cannot. Now, mind you, one of the other stipulations that he gave me when he told me I better eat them beans was he said, you better not put them down the garbage disposal and you better not put them in the trash. So I was like, oh my gosh, what is I gonna do?
Why you just didn't put them back in the thing? I'll report it back
Because I wasn't a nasty little girl. that was nasty. And I'm pretty sure the thought crossed my mind, but I said that is stooping to a new low. You see this one? You gotta watch that one.
I was like, what?
That one right there.
Yeah, chicken you giving me. If I don't want it, I just put it back in the pan.
You don't put a damn thing back in my damn food pan. I'll put that on everything.
It was unharmed, yeah, like I've never touched it.
I don't give a damn if you breathed over it, that's touching it. Like, your energy over the plate is like touching it. Like,
I don't do that. I
see, they be laughing and talking and spit be coming out their mouth and it just be sprinkling on top of something and they want to go put it back in my pan.
Nah, because if it's nasty, we just be like...
we just be like... but that's pretty much never.
Exactly. So back to my story. What was that? Was that my hair?
I don't know, but it flicked on me.
So yeah, so I'm like, dang, he don't tell me I can't do nothing. What am I gonna do with these? I don't even got no dog to get these to, right? So I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna take a chance, right? So I just tiptoed. I was so tired, I was so full, and I did not want no more damn beans. I had beans coming out my nose and my ears, right? So
I was like, really?
I said, I'm gonna go in this kitchen and I'm going to I'm gonna dig down into the trash can and pull up the trash and put the beans in there. I wasn't just gonna pour them on top. I went down into the trash and picked up all the trash and threw the beans down in the bottom, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm done, right? Now, he probably had that ism because I be having that ism when I hear my kids walk. I know when they moving. I hear them breathing. I know what they doing. I be like, oh, watch, he about to go up in there and do exactly what I said not to do. I'm pretty sure that's what he said, probably to my mom or to himself, right? He like, I'm going to go look through everything, too, because I know damn well she ain't going to eat all them beans because it was a lot of beans. So, anywho.
Well, eat yourself.
I'm like, yeah. But mind you, I'm 6. So, you know, when you're 6, you think you know everything. So,
Exodus.
Exactly. So... I'm like, I'm done, right? He's like, let me see your plate. I'm like, here go my plate. My plate clean, right? He know he gave me so many beans that there was no way I was going to be able to eat all these beans, right? That was like a part of his plan. Like, he wanted me to come to him humbly and be like, okay, Dad, I just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm like, nah, man. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction, right? So, I go. He like, all right. I go to put my plate in the sink, and this Negro get up out the bed and come in the kitchen. I'm like, okay, where this nigga going, right? What is he doing? I'm like, no, right? So he walked into the kitchen. So then he walked to the sink. He looked kind of like down in the garbage. I'm like, oh, this nigga checking. I'm like, okay, but I ain't tripping, no, because I put the beans down in the trash can, right? This nigga not going to find them right there. I mean, he not gonna, I didn't even mean to say nigga, I got so comfortable. He ain't even gonna find him, right? So, next thing I know, this dude walk over to the trash can, and I'm like, yeah, you ain't about to find these beans. So, I'm cool, you know, I'm cool in the game. I'm like, okay, this nigga about to, you know what I'm saying? But I'm nervous, too, because I'm like, damn, they are in there, though, you know?
No, Poppy got 4 personalities.
This dude went in that trash. He looked at that trash can. I don't know if maybe the the cans wasn't positioned in the trash can the way they was when he left. I don't know. But this Negro went down into the trash and lifted up all the trash. And
and she's just like, my life is over.
That's exactly how it was. I was like, oh my gosh, how did this get in there?
that. What? That's not my beans. I don't know who beans them is.
That's how I started thinking to myself, like, them ain't my beans, them is not my I swore that was about to change the whole scenario just by thinking them is not my beans. Just thinking they're not mine.
That's not my L.
Oh my gosh. This nigga looked at me and he was like, is these your beans? And I was like, I said no. I was like, no. He was like, I told you if you don't eat them beans, I was gonna whoop your butt, right? And so I'm like, okay, I still got an ace in the hole because I'm daddy's little girl. This nigga has never whooped me. He is not gonna whoop me. He is not about to lay him because I am too cute, right? So I was like, you know, put on a little sad face because I'm like, okay, seriously, I'm really caught though. So this, yes, this is what taught me about the principle. I learned the principle at a very young age, and it was with this spanking right here because I believe that it hurt his heart to even have to do it, but he had to follow through because that's what he told me he was going to do. And he's always pretty much been that one that if he tells me he's going to do something, he does it. And he had to whoop my butt. Oh, and then back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying, early 80s, they used to have these belts that they used to wear. And it was like the skinny belt, you know, it was like the skinny leather belt. Oh my gosh. He literally spanked me with a belt. First of all, I'm like, man, you didn't even go from level to level. Like, you didn't go from hands, you know what I'm saying, to like, you know, like a little paddle or something. You went straight for the jugular, you know what I'm saying? Like, hell, what is you doing? So he spanked my butt. I don't know if the spanking actually hurt, but I do know that my feelings was hurt like a mug. And I felt betrayed. Like, that probably was like my first time feeling a sense of betrayal as well. Because, you know, my dad was my ace, you know. He's my ace.
Like, how's he
but
walking like that?
So, but I screamed so loud. I mean, I was screaming. You'd have thought I was dying, okay? And let me tell you how, hello, I'm in the middle of my story. And let me tell you how bad I screamed. I screamed so loud. Not because the spanking hurt. Just because it hurt my feelings, but.
I was like, is she crying?
Why did I get in, why did, after that, and I was still crying. You know that, I was still crying. I just could not believe it. And the door, knock on the door. So, you know, it's like 9 o'clock, and we like, who is that? And I'm like, who is that? You know, we don't get company. So, my dad answers the door, and it was the police. I said, oh my gosh. I'm like, my dad is fixing to go to jail, man. I should have just told the truth. I should have just said I didn't eat the beans. I should have ate the beans, right? So the man was like, the cop was like, yo, you know, we got a call, you know, saying that the child was in here screaming, you know, and, you know, what's going on. We came to check it out, welfare check, you know. So my dad was like, well, you know, no, they said, so where's the kid, you know? And so they're like, well, where's she right there, you know? So I come, you know, eyes all fluffed out and red, and I'm still doing this, you know, 6 years old, all that kind of stuff, right? And it was like, you know, what happened? And I was like, I got a spanking. And they was like, what'd you get a spanking for? And I remember saying, because I didn't eat my beans, right? I thought they was gonna save me, right?
Like, that nigga better eat them beans.
Hey, these police officers was like,
next time I bet you eat the beans.
They was like, oh my gosh. They was like,
that's tough.
Well, yes. Oh my goodness. They was like not even like trying. They was like, well, and then and I was like, and my dad was like, listen, these beans she told me, I told her she don't eat these beans, you know what I'm saying? I was like, don't put them in the trash can. Explain this whole story, and they was like, okay, well, you know, we just came to check and see, you know, if everything was okay. You know, next time you got to do what your dad tell you to do.
What? Hold on.
They was like, y'all have a good night.
Mommy, can I have one?
No.
I don't know. Read the label. I was
Really,
like,
Mom? Really?
that's what I said. I was like,
Read the
really,
label,
police,
he
really?
can't read.
No, I'm
Mom.
talking about Axie does.
So what I say?
He said,
He said, read the
label.
label.
We learning
Look,
how to read
the
right
label
now.
right. He like
We learning how to read right now. Shoot.
May 25th.
But I was like, man, go ahead. I was like, this can't. I was like, seriously, y'all. But so that
Ooh,
taught me
I
a valuable
thought that
lesson.
weed.
They left, you know.
Mom saying that the spanking
You know,
didn't hurt. It just
all
hurt
was
her
well.
feelings.
I'm sure the spanking hurt, but my feelings was hurt more than
But it like
than
reminded
that.
me because me and Shirley was having a conversation and we were like, remember when like you touched something in the store after your mom told you not to and she popped you, but like
Here.
it don't hurt. It just hurt your feelings. That
Here.
she really just hit you. Like and then you start to cry.
Boy, it ain't nasty.
Do you want it or you don't? But yeah, though. So I was 6. That taught me life lessons at an early age, just from that one spanking right there. And I, to this day, with my kids, are all about principle. All about principle.
No, she beats us.
You probably need to get beat.
I don't know about that one. Not yet, at least.
What she mean not yet?
I mean, I ain't really.
See, this is the one I be talking about. Is gonna be doing some real undercover stuff.
I mean, I ain't did nothing yet. Like that's worthy of like a whooping. Like maybe like a smack.
Queen.
What?
That one right there retesting me. Ooh. But yeah. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed our little mini mukbang, and I hope that y'all saw how I cooked this chicken. The chicken was nice and juicy and nice and moist, and I hope you guys just enjoy spending some time. Shoots. Y'all don't be afraid to experiment in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, YOLO. So
Do not say that.
you know, figure some stuff out.
He can say whatever.
You get so tired of eating. You can only eat chicken so many ways. And we eat chicken all the time. So you have to learn how to be creative. You know what I'm saying? You just have to. I mean, you just have to. If not, you know, sometimes I wake up and I be like, I'm not eating food anymore. I'm a breatharian. You know, I just... And then I smell the curly fries as I'm driving by. I smell the tacos or something from the taco shop. Like, but for real though, anyway, we going. Bye. Bye. Y'all gonna say bye? Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
You know what? Extra